Okay, be honest. Is your toddler an expert at getting you to stay in their room longer at bedtime? Are they an expert at saying, Mommy, I'm thirsty. I need a sip of water. Or, Daddy, I forgot my toy in the living room and I really need it. Okay, if this is your life, pretty much on a nightly basis, then you're gonna wanna keep watching. My name is Nikki Morrow with To the Moon and Back Behavioral Consulting. My job is to make your lives as parents easier in the day-to-day. So by popular demand, I have been doing a video series on how to win bedtime battles. So if this is your first video and you haven't watched my previous videos, then you're gonna wanna go back and watch them because they are really fundamental to your success throughout this process. In my last video, I talked about basically bedtime routines and how to kind of build up to leaving the room. And now I'm kind of picking up on how to actually leave the room and make sure that you set yourself and your child up for success. And the important part is that you reiterate the new rules and the new expectations. Again, this is going to be a process. You're trying to break a habit both for yourself and for your child. And it didn't take one day to start the habit. It's not going to take one night to break the habit. It's going to take work, and you have to make sure that you're consistent and you follow through and you stick it out. So basically what I want to talk about here is the importance of reiterating the rules, the new rules, so that everybody is on the same page. It's good for you, it's good for the child. So you're going to want to let them know, okay, we finished our story. It's time for us to say goodnight. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow morning, and I know we're going to have such a great sleep. And once the door is closed, I will not be coming back unless it's an emergency, and you may not come out of your room unless it's an emergency. And you're gonna want to specifically specify what is an emergency, because to a toddler, their nose itching is an emergency, right? Especially if they can get mommy or daddy to come back in their room. They're gonna pull out every single little bit, any tactic that they can to get you back in that room. So you need to be kind of aware of it. And if they, if you say that, hey, if you're really frightened, if you're scared and you need mommy or daddy, that's okay. Let us know. We'll come back. But you also want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on if that's becoming a pattern. If it's something that that they're maybe using as kind of like a little manipulation for you, then you're gonna want to set that boundary and say, you know what? I've kind of noticed that you're finding an awful lot of things scary tonight. Is that because you want mommy back in here? You want us back in here? And they're probably gonna be like, yeah. And be like, okay, well, it's important that we get our sleep. I'm gonna do one last look around the room and make sure there's no monsters hiding, nothing scary in here. And then I'm gonna leave and say goodnight. I will not be coming back for this reason again tonight. And then you leave it like that. You set the boundary, very clear, end of story. Their needs have been met because they know that you heard them and you're respecting the fact that they're scared, and that's it. So again, you're reiterating what is an emergency, and be clear about that and hold your boundary with that. And then you'll let them know, hey, if you do happen to get out, I know this is a new thing that we're learning. If you happen to get out of your bed, I will take you back to your room with no talking and no eye contact as many times as you need me to help you, till you're ready to stay in your bed, and to help support you with that, because I know we're learning something new and it's going to be hard. So that means that you will have to follow through, very calm, cool, and collected. Again, I'm going to go into this in more depth in the next video, but you're going to want to make sure that you're in that zone. You're in that zone of, I'm helping my child learn a new behavior and break an old habit that I contributed to. Okay, so if that gives you a little bit more empathy and compassion, which you're gonna need to muster up to do what you gotta do to make this work, then that's what you need to do. So another thing that I really advocate for in this situation is making sure that you give them one last opportunity to make a request of something, of you, anything that they need before you leave the room. This way they feel like, oh, you know what, they really do love me, they hear me, they respect me, because you know, I'm getting that one last opportunity, and then they feel like they have a little bit more control in the situation. And so you just say, you know, you might have to coach them through it. Is there one last thing? I'm about to leave, and we know the rules now for when I leave. Is there one last thing that you need from me before I close that door? You know, do you want one last sip of water, one last glass of water? Do you need to go to the potty? Do you want one last hug or a kiss? You know, let them choose what they want and then fulfill that. And then once that's done, you're saying, okay, that was your last request. I am closing the door now. You know, and I will see you I will see you in the morning, and good night, sleep tight. My daughter says it back to me now when the door closes. She's like, good night, mommy, sleep tight, I love you, have a good sleep. And it's the same thing every single night. So we have this kind of like this pattern. And that's what it is. Like you turn on the night light, you turn on the sleep clock, and you turn off the lights, close the door behind you, and that's that. And if you're very lucky, hopefully you won't have to do that too many times, but chances are you will, I'll be honest, but stick it out. Stay tuned for my next video where I'll give you a little bit more in-depth strategy or explanation of how to follow through with the whole bringing them back to bed process when they get up, because chances are they're a toddler, they're gonna push boundaries, push limits, and you as their calm leader will have to support them through this change in this process of learning and adapting to a new behavior. And a new routine at night. So I hope you found this helpful, and if you did, please like it, share it with any other parents you know that are probably going through the same thing. Also follow me on any of my social media platforms. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and IGTV now. So be sure to watch my videos and like them and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my tips. If you have any questions or comments, anything you'd like me to help you out specifically, feel free to DM me or leave me comments below. I love hearing from you. It really helps to keep me motivated. So yeah, that's it for today. Take care and have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.